get right to Jack Cafferty for the Cafferty File. Jack.
The death of a whale trainer at SeaWorld never had to happen. The park canceled its whale shows today and is now reevaluating safety procedures one day after a 12,000-pound killer whale grabbed a trainer's ponytail, dragged her underwater, and killed her. The 22-foot-long killer whale has been linked to 2 other deaths, including the drowning of another trainer, as well as some idiot who apparently climbed into the whale's tank one night after the park closed. One marine biologist said in yesterday's death, the whale may simply have been trying to play with the trainer or get her attention, because that's how whales play with seals and sea lions in the wild, by tossing them in the air. She says killer whales normally live in groups with their families. The males stay with their mothers their entire lives. They rely on their family for social structure and play and cover hundreds of miles of ocean. She says situations like the one at SeaWorld cause stress. Duh. PETA wants SeaWorld to stop confining these animals to an area that is, quote, like the size of a bathtub to them, and forcing them to perform stupid tricks over and over. That's not why they were put here, and that's not what they were meant to do here. And it's not just about killer whales either. Wild animals aren't meant to be kept in places like circuses, where there are many reports of abuse, or small cages in zoos, or forced to perform in nightclubs in places like Las Vegas, where a tiger attacked its handler during a Siegfried and Roy show a few years ago. Inevitably, when some human being is playing around with these wild animals and gets attacked, it's the animal that gets put down. It ought to be the other way around. Here's the question: should wild animals be used as entertainment? Go to CNN.com/Cafferty File. Post a comment on my blog.
All right, Jack, thank you. As Jack notes, the killer whale attacker raises new questions about whether these powerful predators should be kept as performers. Check back with Jack for the Cafferty File. Jack.
The question this hour is, should wild animals be used as entertainment? Dan writes, we used to visit SeaWorld when I was a child. I remember the magical atmosphere of the place. Then I visited as an adult. I was sickened and sad. Anybody who cannot see the cruelty inflicted on these creatures hardly deserves to be called human. As badly as I feel for the trainer, I feel even more sorry for the whale. Ban SeaWorld. It's no different than dogfighting. Margaret in Omaha, Nebraska, wild animals are wired to be free and to roam and to do what comes naturally to them, not do stupid animal tricks. If people could put themselves in the animal skin, think about being confined and forced to do unnatural things, I think people would no longer buy tickets to shows with animals. Brett in Virginia writes, many years ago when I lived in Manhattan, some drunk climbed into the Central Park Zoo's polar bear enclosure. The polar bear didn't invite the drunk to a game of hearts and open a bottle of Merlot. The bear attacked him. The New York's finest, the police, shot the bear. Of course, SeaWorld sees neither the animal nor the human. It sees the dollars. People will pay to see this whale, secretly hoping it'll chow down on another trainer. Joni writes, I agree with PETA and Jack. Get rid of all confinement and silly tricks in circuses and places like SeaWorld. Wild animals were meant for the wild, not for human entertainment. It's called respect. Respect for our environment and for those who share it. And Chris writes, no. Killer whales should not be kept in captivity and used for entertainment in any way. I was watching CNN this morning. A spokesperson for that particular SeaWorld was trying to convince everyone that the sole purpose for keeping these animals was research. That's BS. They're making money, and that's all they care about. I mean, I saw a picture of a woman surfing on top of one of these animals' heads. That's research? If you want to read more on this, I got a lot of mail on this subject. You can go to my blog, CNN.com/Cafferty File.
Will do, Jack. Thank you. Congressional Democrats and Republicans